We are always looking for ways to improve our diets, but what could be more convenient than a superfood grown right on your doorstep or in your kitchen?
Absolutely that. Well, Phil Vickery is at the Watercress company in Hampshire. So come on, Phil, tell us, what should we be doing?
Good morning, you two. How you doing? Just before we get started, I was here 20 years ago on this very watercress farm and made a film for this morning. I'm back here now, it's exactly the same. A little bit of stats before we start. Watercress, out of this one farm here, you'll see it goes the same again that way. They do 1 million bags a year, okay? Another little great stat about it is, per gram, it has more vitamin C than an orange or a lemon, and it's a superfood. And it's one of my favourites. It's a wonderful salad ingredient. You can make all sorts of different things with it. Today, I'm going to make a little quick sauce to go with a piece of salmon, and also a pesto, or sort of a pesto comes sort of salsa verde idea. Well, let's just run through the ingredients for the pesto or this salsa, what do you want to call it, or salsa verde. So here we have a little bit of Dijon mustard. We have some chili. We have pine nuts, a bit of parmesan, which I've grated, a little bit of rocket to give it a little bit more body and texture, and obviously the watercress. Very, very simple. The fish sauce I need to get on the go first. So in this pan here for the salmon, I'm going to use a bit of fish stock into there like that. A few shallots, they go in, a little touch of vinegar. And what I want to try to make, this is sherry vinegar, by the way, not malt vinegar, has a slightly sweeter edge to it. And what you need to do is just literally warm that through. Now, because watercress to me is such a beautiful ingredient, the less you do with it, the better. So I'm going to chop it or warm it through at the very, very last second. Whilst that sauce is coming up, now to that I'm going to add a little touch of whipping cream as well. In that goes. So basically, I'm going to warm that through. It's a very, very light cream, okay? Now, it is a bit windy today here, so hopefully that will work. But that is my watercress windbreak. That should happen. Got my salmon cooking underneath there. Right, on to the pesto. So what you need to do is to put a few pine nuts into a pestle mortar. If you don't have pestle mortar, you can use a Magimix or a food processor, or you can just chop it by hand. It's up to you. A little bit of chili, again, not too much. I use dried chili flakes because I know exactly what the heat is of those. Sometimes with fresh chilies, you tend to find them they vary greatly. I know that's perfect. Then the mustard into there. That mustard's an emulsifier. I'm also going to add a bit of chopped garlic, which we'll just pop into there. And as you'll see, it's actually quite chilly today. In actual fact, it's freezing. It's not chilly, it's freezing. A bit of garlic goes into there like that. And I'm going to add some watercress into there. A bit like that. Done all that. A bit of cheese into there. And a touch of olive oil. And then what you need to do, a bit of salt. Again, not too much because we're using cheese. And you just grind this together. Now, as I said, you can actually do this with a Magimix if you want, or handheld blender. It's really, really up to you. And you want to add a little touch more oil to that, just so you get a nice homogeneous mix. It goes like that. And we'll add a few more pine nuts into there just to give it a bit more body. And it works very, very quickly. So you don't have to go mad. Well, not after a real fine puree, just after giving that a really nice. Now that's what I'm after. See that there? So you can still see the watercress. You can see the pine nuts and the cheese. Just bring that together. And that is exactly what we're after. Now, I did make some here a bit earlier. So we'll add a touch that into there as well. But that, shall I just serve that? Where's my bowl? The bowl's down here. I'll just put that into. You'll see, if I put that there, Lee, you can see that. So that is what we're after. Lovely texture. We're not after a fine puree. That just like that there. So that's your pesto. Now, in here, I can see that the cream is warming. The shallots have warmed through. And then here, with all my watercress, I'm not going to blend it. I'm going to just chop it roughly like that. That goes into the cream as well. We're not cooking the watercress. What we're doing is we're just wilting the watercress, okay? So it still keeps this colour, still keeps this little bit of texture into there. That goes into there. But we'll add the pepper, a pinch, and I do put a pinch of sugar. Now, for those of you who are going to give me a bit of a hard time about that, it's a pinch to balance the acidity of the vinegar. And what we'll do is, just, you can see that it's just starting to wilt that watercress, which is absolutely perfect. I don't want a thick sauce because we're going to serve with a piece of salmon, which is quite oily. So what I want to try and do is get a light cream that will just coat the fish. Now down here, fingers crossed, I do have a piece of salmon, which I cooked a bit earlier. There it is. Look at that. Let me just put some of that. Hang on, Lee, 1 second. Put that onto there, over the top there. So that, you'll see, is now it's slightly undercooked there, but put that there. That's fine. If I turn that way around, you'll see that is the white there. That's the albumin coming out, which means the fish is cooking. It's slightly undercooked. So if I had a bit more time, I would actually cook that a little bit longer. But what I'm going to do is just pop this into here, like that. Now, what you need to do is let that rest. If you see that it's half cooked, I can show you that there. The residual time you'll leave that for now will cook that perfectly. And then with this watercress sort of cream goes over the top. And what we're after is that lovely, get out of the way, watercress light wilted sauce. And I know you've got some in the studio, so you can have a little taste there. So there it is. We've got the pesto.
Julia's is lovely.
What do you reckon?
And fully cooked. The beauty of salmon is that obviously it doesn't matter anyway.
I would eat it like that.
I would love it like that. And
how
Phil,
I like
what a lovely idea. It's absolutely
delicious. And the pesto is so good too.
Nice. Very nice. So the perils of cooking outside, you did a remarkable job. Well done. It's cold out there.
It looks freezing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Phil.